Yeah, it's on my page. See if the connection is good. You can hear us and stuff. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakah Kodash. All right. We're going to give double honor to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, the men that taught us this truth through the Spirit. And Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Barakatham to you, Akim, and the believers and followers of Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. All right. Throughout the four corners of the earth. It's the New Year's Eve of destruction. All right. 2019 edition. We hear the prophets of the Lord to bring you the word of the Lord and to reveal to you the things that's going to come to pass. All right, according to the scriptures, because this is going to be another eventful year, Lord's will, the last year. All right, the year that our Lord returns. Okay, and I want to get this started off with this scripture. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, which the Most High gave unto him to shew unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. So the things that which must come to pass are the prophecies, the events that's going to play out on the planet Earth, all right, that the Lord foretold. Those are the things that was revealed unto his men. That's going to be revealed unto the elect. All right? It says, to shew unto his servants of this month, of this year, was the RFID chip, which is foretold in the scriptures to be the mark of the beast, where no man will be able to buy or sell or do transactions without that mark of the beast, without that RFID chip. World War III, that's been brewing up. The uproars of the people, the civil unrest, the wars and rumors of wars. All those events were foretold in the scriptures. And they were showed onto the servants. It says, and shewed unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified, all right, who bear record of the word of the Most High, and of the testimony of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, and of the things that he saw. And we're doing the same thing. When the brothers go out there in the highways and byways, we're bearing record of the things that we see, the current events, the signs of the times. We're bearing record what's recorded in the scriptures, and we're filtering the current events that we see. And that's how we know that we're living in the end times. We're living in the end of days, as they coined it, as they quoted it. We're living in the days of the second coming of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. All right? Who bear record of the word of the Most High and of the testimony of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
And what's the testimony of Yahweh Shah? His prophecy. You know, and that's why, like, beginning with Apostle Tahar on down, we always touch on prophecy. Like, late as of recent, you know, the topic has been on the breaking down the mark of the beast, because you got different camps. You got different groups, different camps outside of GMS. Now they would talk about the mark of the beast. But a lot of these guys came and break down who is the beast, or what is the beast, and what does the beast comprise of. Like, if you ask them who the beast, they'll say the beast is the so-called white man, and that's how deep they would go. You know what? Go deeper than that. You know what? The beast is a system, and the beast is NATO and the EU, and NATO and the EU is a conglomerate of EU nations coming together back as one to form again the ancient Roman Empire, which they're gonna push the RFID microchip globally, and it'll be mandatory.
This is Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. And it says, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not.
Yeah, he said he fell at his feet. That's why you read in the first chapter describing the image of Yahweh Shah. He said his feet was as unto fine brass, because when John see Yahweh Shah, he bowed down. So all he could see was his feet. So that's what he described. Rather than describe his arms and his neck, he described his feet was like unto fine brass, as if they burned to the furnace. Because when he seen Yahweh Shah, he bowed down. Go ahead.
He said, I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shah. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh Shah is the spirit of prophecy.
That's why we prophesied, because that's the time we in. You know, we live in a time with the events that is mentioned that's going to come in the scriptures. It's starting to unfold, but you won't know these events is unfold unless the prophets come out and tell you.
Yeah, I was in on that.
I got something real quick. This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 1. And then came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked to me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Now that great whore is talking about America. And those many waters talking about people, kindreds, and tongues, nations and tongues. It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. So now this is the kings of the earth have committed fornication. Fornication with who? With this whore. It's not talking about actual kings having sex with actual prostitutes, but it's talking about the kings of the nations, the rulers of different nations, committing fornication, or figuratively being in bed with this whore, figuratively being in bed with this particular kingdom. By doing what? Conducting various business transactions and alliances. That's what that's talking about.
Yeah.
With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth, like America, has a lot of like I'll give you an example, like companies like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, McDonald's. Those are multinational companies. Those companies are nationwide, or not only nationwide, they're multinational companies. Meaning those companies are in various nations throughout the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Esau does. He goes into these different nations, destroys them, then he sets up his own businesses, his own companies amongst those nations that he destroyed. So it says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of fornication. So the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of fornication, meaning what? When a person is drunk, that means their mind is they're sober. And they're not sober, meaning their mind is not clear. Therefore, their mind is impaired. Their judgment is being impaired. Exactly. Therefore, they are susceptible to being manipulated. So the people of the earth have been drunk by the wine of fornication, drunk by the wine of philosophy, false Christianity, the image of that white so-called Jesus, who's in the central bourgeois, feminism, homosexuality, the whole LGBTQI movement, so on and so forth. It says, so he carried away the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, and that woman was that whore. And that scarlet-colored beast was talking about, at that time it was the Roman Empire, but at this time it's the modern Roman Empire, which is really NATO in the EU, and America is like an unofficial head, so to speak, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. So the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color. Purple and scarlet are colors that are associated with royalty. And she was decked with gold, precious stones, and pearls. So this woman had the outward appearance of being a beautiful woman, but a beautiful woman wearing precious garments and precious stones. But though she may have appeared beautiful like America, oh, I want to go to America. I love America. You know, everybody wanted to go to America at one time.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
People from different parts of the world want to come to America, have a better life. And then when they come to America, they realize it's not what they thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
So it may look beautiful on the outside, but inwardly this woman was full of various abominations and filthiness of her fornication. Filthiness of her fornication that she's committed with the kings of the earth through her philosophies.
Got a precept for you.
Go ahead.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
That's Esau, transgressed by wine through his philosophies. You know, like his military-industrial complex. That's one philosophy. It says one what? False Christianity is another one. Go ahead. So what? Oh, what's that other thing? The Big Bang Theory, evolution,
Darwinism.
Go ahead. Read again.
It says, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Esau neither keepeth at home. Esau's in lands that he don't even belong in, man. You in other people's lands. Mind your own goddamn business. But see, so for white man, Esau is the devil. Go ahead.
He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
They didn't want to go to Iran. Even they got something called the Brookings. I believe it was the Brookings Institute, which is a think tank. A think tank is basically when you take experts from various fields and they come together and think they come up with various ideas. Whether they're experts in psychology, experts in sociology, experts in politics, experts in
Religion.
in militarization, whatever it may be. They have something called which path to Persia. Okay. In other words, they try to find. In other words, it's a layout of various ways they can get into Persia or into Iran. Okay. So they want to go into lands that don't even belong. Go ahead.
Neither keepeth at home, enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
Yep.
It cannot be him all nations, and heap unto him all people.
Right.
Which backs up the great whore.
Verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Because it was a mystery. Nobody knew who it was until now. Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So America is the we know this about how it's read is talking about America. Committed fornication with the kings of the earth. This is talking about America. You know, America has done business with various kingdoms of the earth. This is America. And it says the mother of harlots and abominations. The mother of abominations. You don't get no worse than America. You got people getting their penises and testicles cut off and getting so-called vaginas put there. These men getting their birth certificates and IDs changed from what they're born females. Walking around with breast implants and miniskirts on. Women cutting their damn breast off and getting testosterone injections, getting more muscles than men, and developing a facial hair and getting deep voices. They allowed to marry one another. They allowed to adopt children. They pushing this androgyny shit, which androgyny is when someone has characteristics of more than one gender. This of both genders. They're saying there's more than two genders.
Yeah.
This place is fucking bugged the fuck out. This place, it's not gonna get no better. Feminism, there's a war on masculinity in this society. You got men acting like fucking women, man. We got men walking around with baby carriers on. What kind of fucking shit is that, man? You should fucking be slapped for that, man. You know?
The 10-year-old drag queen that celebrated.
10-year-old drag queen that celebrated. That little demon should be put to death.
Dancing in gay bars.
And you know why Esau does that? Esau does that because his faggot ass is a fucking pedophile by nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, go back to ancient Rome and ancient Greece, pederasty, grown men in relationships with little boys, man. That was the most common. It was more common in Greece for a man to be with another man than for a man to be with a woman. Tired of living in the closet. They want their deepest desires to be put out on the forefront and become societal norms.
Yeah.
That's why they're pushing out these little boys, this little ass 10-year-old fucking faggot dancing in gay bars, man. While these grown men standing around jerking off. Fucking sick bastard. Demons. You got anything? Anybody got something?
I got something. Yeah, this is Revelation 9:12. It says, "One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter."
Yeah, one war is past. One war meaning war. What was that one war that's past? World War One. And there's two more wars hereafter. Two more wars. World War Two passed. Now that's when World War Three. And we approaching now. We can't wait. I want to get the hell out of here, man. All kind of homosexuals running around. You guys understand?
Yeah, World War One was period from 1914 to 1918. America entered into the war, I believe, was 1917, towards the end of the war. Now, why did the Most High make mention of these two wars? Because it was through these two wars. After these wars, you had a series of events that changed the face of America, such as World War One, after post World War One, what happened was America became more it came more like wealthy with the woman liberation. Woman was now given the freedom to vote and join the workforce. And another thing that happened was you had a lot of Israelites from the south migrating to the north because they had a lot of more job opportunities, and through jazz era, where Jake was influential through their music. So through World War One, America became more glorified, and in World War Two, that's when America became a superpower.
Yep. Verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. That drunken meaning one who was murdered or killed profusely. And that's Esau did. They slaughtered, they shed the blood, they was drunk with the blood of the saints. That's talking about who? The children of Israel. Through slavery, through the slaughter of the American Indian, Native American Indian, Native Americans, and with the blood of the martyrs of the Yahushua. That's some of the prophets. And when I saw, I wondered with great admiration. So John saw this woman, and he wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman. So why you marveling? I'm gonna tell you what it's talking about. And of the beast that carried her, which has 7 heads and 10 horns. And the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into. And the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth,
Which is talking about America. Read that again. The woman that was, yeah.
the beast that thou sawest was,
Which is the Roman Empire.
and is not, because it fell,
Because it fell.
and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit.
Which is America, because America,
The bottomless pit to Europe.
Europe.
It came on
But
Europe.
it came from Britain.
Yeah.
It branched off from Britain, which is in Europe. Yeah.
And go into perdition.
Which is destruction.
And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not yet is. It was and is not yet is. The beast was from the Roman Empire, and it's not because it was going to fall, yet is because it was going to rise back. By rising out of the bottomless pit from Great Britain, which out of that came America.
Right.
That's why I said that the beast that was and is not yet is. Because yet it still is existing right now as we speak. But at this time it wasn't. But at that time it wasn't, because America didn't rise yet, thousands of years ago. And here is the mind which have wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains. Right? So the mountains representing kingdoms. Okay? Germanian Major, Germanian Minor, the Gauls, which are the French, the Greeks, the Romans, Britain, and there's another one. Hispaniola, which is Spain. Okay? And Hispaniola is Little Spain. It's not talking about that. It's Hispaniola, which is Spain. And what was that?
Which the woman said.
Verse
9.
9. And here's the mount verse which the woman said. And those are the kingdoms that made up the Roman Empire. And there are 7 kings. See? 7 kings. See that? 7 kings associating these kings with these mountains. So it's talking about actual kingdoms. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and one is. The one that is was talking about who? The Roman Empire. Roman Empire. It was existing at the time. And the others not yet come, and when he comes, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th and is of the 7th. The beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th and of 7. And he is the 8th and of the 7. That's talking about America. That one is talking about America. He's the 8th and is of the 7. Because 5 are fallen, one is America was Rome was still in power, and the beast that the one that was of the 8th came out of the 7. That was talking about what? America, which was going to come out of Britain.
Right.
It was going to come out of that 7. Out of those 7 original heads, or them 7 original mountains. That's the 8th. That's talking about America, and goes into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings when now with the beast. That's talking about the EU. All right. These have one mind, and that one out with the beast consists of 42.6 years. Go ahead.
Yeah, because when the EU first started, it was 10 common markets. Yeah, we know it's more now because they branched off to different countries. But when it first started, it was only 10 common markets. It was only 10 countries that made up the EU.
Yeah, like Denmark, Luxembourg, the Netherlands. But what happened was Esau added extra horns
Mm-hmm.
into it because they tried to upset prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
But those original 10 have what's called, you got some kingdoms have associate membership, some that got permanent membership. If you got associate membership, you can come into it, but guess what? You can be kicked out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Croatia was recently added maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Let me keep reading. It says, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast that's going to join together with NATO. That's why I tell when you read it, it says 7 heads and 10 horns. It says, which are part of that beast. These shall make war with the lamb, and the lamb shall overcome them. They will make war with the lamb. They didn't make war with the lamb years ago.
No.
Why do they say that? We got somebody like John 18th chapter.
John 18.
When it said, this is the kingdom that my servant can fight.
Yeah.
John chapter 18, verse 36. Yahushua answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight.
Right. My kingdom is not of this world. My kingdom is of this world. Was that 37?
36.
If my kingdom is of this world, then my servants fight. Well, guess what? The servants didn't fight back then.
Right.
So his kingdom was it wasn't talking about that time. Meaning what? And after that, Yahweh shall went back up to the Father.
Mm-hmm.
Which therefore, which therefore means there's going to be a point in time in the future. There's going to be a point in time in the future when Yahweh shall is going to make war with this particular beast.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? That's going to happen during the second coming. When Yahweh shall comes back, he's going to make war with them. They don't think like Yahweh shall come back, yay! And everybody's going to accept the Lord.
Right.
It's not going to happen like that. They're going to try to fight him. They're going to fight against him because they don't want him to succeed. They know what he's coming back for. And you think if we know this, they don't know this?
So,
Esau ain't no prophet, but he knows Yahweh shall come back to destroy his ass. And they're going to fight against him. This prophecy going to be fulfilled. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is the Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes of nations and tongues. America has been known as a great melting pot. Even back when you go back to the time of like World War One, when you had that, I believe it was like World War One. When you go back to the time period of the early mid 1900s, and you had the Italians that was coming in, you had the Irish that was coming in. That's when America really started to become a great melting pot, because the first ones here was the natives, and then Esau brought Jake here by way of cargo slave ships from the western coast of Africa. But then in the early mid 1900s, that's when you got the Italians that started to come in. You had the mass influx of Italians that was coming in, Irish that was coming in, and Esau wanted to keep them out.
mm-hmm.
That's why when they would come into the country, they'll make them take these certain types of tests to see if they were fit to actually come into the country. Because Esau looked at them as being people who came from that particular part of Europe as being racially inferior from ones that came from other parts of Europe. So they actually made them take certain tests just to be able to get into the country. Then you had Chinese people that was coming in back in the early 1900s. They was around the 1800s too, but you had them coming in the early mid 1900s. So America over time became a great melting pot. That's why you go into certain parts of New York, you got black neighborhoods, you got Latino neighborhoods, you got Chinatown, you got Bensonhurst, all these different Italian neighborhoods, Chinese neighborhoods. That's all over the country. You got that. They came to this country and they branched out to different parts. So America's truly a great melting pot. Mm-hmm. All different types of languages, all different types of cultures. You know. Continuing on, it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked. So the 10 horns, talking about the EU, they're going to hate the whore, they're going to hate America. And there was a thing that came out a couple of years ago about how America was spying on her own, on its own EU allies.
Yeah.
And they wasn't very happy about that. Go ahead.
When John Snowden from the NSA.
What's his name? Eric Snowden?
Eric Snowden. Yeah, when I was Slovakia, fucking Game of Thrones. Eric Snowden. He was the whistleblower on the NSA. And come to find out, the NSA is the spy corporation. Basically, they keep tabs and dibs on what the American people are doing. And come to find out, they wasn't only keeping Edward Snowden, the water. He was only they wasn't only keeping tabs on the Americans or the threat that was coming to Americans, but they was keeping tabs and dibs on the governments of the other nations, such as Germany, such as Switzerland, all right, such as France. Snowden revealed all that, and then what's that other site? WikiLeaks. That's another website that was a whistleblower exposing the government for spying on the other nations. So this plays a part in the beast hating the whore. I mean, the horns hating the whore. Salakia, the 10 horns, which I saw, hating the whore. Salakia. Go ahead.
Continuing on, it says, and turn which thou sowest upon the beast shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to make her desolate, is going to destroy her, make her naked, is going to strip her. And shall what? And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So what John is actually seeing, he's actually seeing this beast. He's seeing this beast make this whore desolate and naked. He's seeing this beast strip the clothes over this whore, eating her flesh and burning her with fire. In other words, the Eve is going to destroy America. They're going to take part in the destruction of America by firing missiles on her. You know?
Mm-hmm.
For the Most High put into a week and give the kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And the woman, that's Eve and male joined together, and the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. That's about America. America reigns over the kings of the earth. We always hear about people say, "Oh, America is the most powerful country," and so on and so forth. Well, guess what? Essentially, that is true. America is now, but it's now being shown America is going down.
Right.
Because when you go into the book of Isaiah 14 chapter, it says, "And they become weak as weak." Other nations got the missiles too. America can't go around bullying people like they did before. Who got scripture?
This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. It reads, "And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come." Yeah, the beast the 10 horns that we're talking about, it pissed the hell off. The EU, NATO, all the allies of America, they're pissed the hell off. This is why we know this is Endgame. Yeah, you got your Avengers Infinity War Endgame coming out, but America's Endgame is about to happen too. The big bad bully of the planet Earth is about to get a foot put up his ass by the way of thermonuclear fire. It says, "And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come." The wrath is talking about the fierce anger of the Lord, all right? Because the Lord is pissed off at this place for the blood that you shed of his people. The crimes against life itself, man. It says, "In the time of the dead, that they should be judged," which is talking about the other nations, because they're spiritually dead to the ways of the Most High. "And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets," which is mercy and salvation from the coming judgment of the Lord, the destruction that's going to play out on the planet Earth. It says, "And to the saints, and to them that fear thy name," which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. That is the true names of the heavenly Yahweh, being the name of the Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shah, being the name of his Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Ba Hashem, Ba meaning in, Ha meaning the, Shem meaning name. The Heavenly Father and the name of the Son. It says, "That fear thy name, both small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth." And what's it called? Deforestation.
Yeah, deforestation.
America is known for. This land was vast with natural resources.
Yeah, deforestation.
Yeah, deforestation. They show you in that movie Avatar They gave you a glimpse of what America did to the natives and to this land before they came over here. It was vast with wildlife. It was vast with resources. But when the so-called cancer of the planet Earth, which is the Caucasian man, the Edomites, when they came over here to this land, they poisoned it just like they poisoned and gave cancer to everything else they touch on the damn planet Earth. That's what the scripture says. He is as death. Everywhere he go is death. Anything his hands touch or create, it leads to death.
You got motherfuckers talking about these devils to be saved. If they just, man, you niggas is fucking.
Saved where?
Saved where? Saved for slavery, yeah.
The man poisons the water you gotta drink, poisons the earth you gotta live on, poisons the air you gotta breathe. But he's gonna be saved. Saved for destruction, saved for slavery, hardcore bondage. What about all those scriptures that's talking about slavery? Who's that for then?
The Most High put it to fill the page. Let's put some there to fill the page. I got the 10 horns real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
These niggas got like a father-son relationship with so-called white man.
Yeah, they got Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Fucking niggas. Hate y'all. There's Belgium, Denmark, France, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Greece, Ireland, England, and West Germany. You know? But yeah, these niggas got like a father-son relationship with these damn devils, man. If the white man got bit in his ass by a poisonous snake, you niggas suck the venom out of his ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just so he can survive, so it don't go coursing through his veins. Fucking niggas.
Con. Got anything, Lamont?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't shit. I got some. This is Revelation 18 and 1.
Con.
And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen and fallen. So now you gotta break this down now. So now this is telling you what happens after the great hall was burnt with fire and devoured by the beast.
This is post-American destruction.
This is post-American destruction. Now it's saying Babylon the Great is fallen, it's destroyed.
Yeah, America is now once destroyed.
Yeah.
You know.
So it says, and it has become the habitation of devils and a hold of every foul spirit, in a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So America's gonna be filled with unclean animals and demons.
Yeah, you know? Just roaming.
Just roaming around.
You know the thing about Spurs like to dwell in places that's unclean.
Yeah, them demonic spirits.
Yeah, them demonic spirits. That's why like you see certain what they call like haunted houses.
Yeah.
And like that house might be plagued, whatever.
Yeah.
And now like scripture speaks about like if a person is murdered on a land, that land is defiled or the house is defiled.
Cursed.
So yeah, that house become cursed. So now like usually you see a lot of time it take place. You see a haunted house. Either somebody was like murdered, or somebody was playing with a Ouija's board or dealing with witchcraft. But most cases is due to the fact that somebody was like unjustly murdered. So now that whole house is like unclean. The whole land is unclean. So it becomes like a place of a dwelling for like demons.
Unclean spirits.
You see doors closing and shutting, passing through walls. You know.
All them damn demons, that was on these people is gonna be here in America.
Yeah.
All them demons that made these people be faggots.
Yeah, it's
all
gonna be here.
It's gonna be here. All them demons that turn these people into faggots.
It's not gonna have nowhere to dwell.
Yeah,
so
they ain't coming amongst us.
Yeah.
You know, all them demons that made people have sex with animals. All them demons that make people have sex with 4-year-olds.
Yeah.
All them demons that make people commit mass murders and become serial killers and all types of madness. All of them demons is gonna be here. That's why I said That's why I said that, man. It's gonna be the hold of every foul spirit.
Yeah.
All them demons is gonna be here in America. All the people gonna be dead. Them demons gonna come off of them, and it's gonna be roaming around in America. You know. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of the fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. That's true. They become drunk of the wine of the wrath of fornication and philosophies, and the kings committed fornication where they did business with her, and the merchants of the earth or the businessmen of the earth waxed the abundance of a delicacy because America is really an import country. You know, they don't really have any goods to export. They import goods from other countries. So them delicacies that the nations got was really America's money. That's what it's really going into. When you really think about it, because America has a consumption-based economy, and then everything you got in the society is made out of the country.
Yeah.
You know, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come, out of her, my people." That's talking about going into the chariots. That's going to deliver the elect, so-called UFOs.
Yeah, it's not talking about coming out of the ways of America.
Yeah.
We're gonna actually physically be delivered out of America. You know, through Yahweh Shai, you know.
Yeah.
Concept. Revelations 11 and 12, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, "Come up hither," and they ascended up into heaven in a cloud.
Yeah, they ascended up to heaven onto a cloud, because the chariots is gonna be within that cloud, and they're gonna be Yahweh Shai, he's coming with an army of angels, and that's how we're gonna get delivered.
That's right.
And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
Yeah. And I heard another voice, Revelation 18 and 4.
Yeah, I'm about to read that. Go ahead.
What?
No, I had that right here.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins."
It doesn't mean come out of the ways of America,
Yeah.
which some guys may teach. It's talking about how we actually gonna be delivered and transition from America into the ships and be delivered. That's how we're gonna get out of here. You know, but before this even happened, you know, each brother faith is gonna be tested to see if you're even worthy to be on the ship.
Yeah. That's right. That ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
You know, plagues of destruction.
That's right. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. So this has glorified as America has lived, that's how much torment they're going to get. For she saith in her heart, "I sit a queen and a widow, and I shall see no sorrow." Well, guess what? You're going to eat for a rude awakening.
You can be sorrow.
Yeah. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her, and they shall see the smoke of her burn. So all of the kings that did business with her, that lived deliciously with America, all of the merchants and so forth, they're going to lament for her when they see the smoke of her burn. They're going to be crying, "Oh," standing far off.
Yeah, because they can't come over here. Because you got a lot of these Arabs, they come over here to start construction businesses.
Take the money back to their country.
Yeah, they start little delis.
Yeah.
Or a small grocery store. Little peanut, you know, little cart. And they sell little peanuts, cashews and shit. Hot dog stands. Camel meat and shit. halal trucks. Crown fried chicken.
Chinese restaurants.
Yeah, Chinese. So
Korean fruit stands.
yeah. The list goes on and on. So they're gonna howl because you know they always say like the revolution won't be televised.
Yeah.
Well, the revolution is gonna be televised.
Yeah.
It's scripture said they're gonna see the smoke of a burning.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be on different newscasts, and they're gonna see America because the smoke ascending up. They're gonna see it from different countries.
Exactly.
They're gonna see it on
watching on television.
Watching on television.
See it on live news feeds, like how we live right now.
Yeah, and they're gonna look at it like, damn, like they plans and apparitions is finished.
Yeah, they're gonna be like standing up watching it, and they're gonna fall to their knees. No, she watched something on TV show. Somebody saying,
yeah.
And then drop to their knees. No, that's what they're gonna be. It can't be. That's how they're gonna be.
I got it.
And that's so. And the Revolution was a song by this Jake back in the 70s named Gil Scott Herbert. That was a song. You know.
And that's all to show the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And so his name could be declared throughout the earth. On that,
right.
17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power
So
in thee.
the scripture say unto Pharaoh, you know, that I might raise thee up, because the whole purpose of Egypt becoming great was so that Yahweh could show his power, because the Most High see it as his personal, like, domino effect. Like, you know, when you was younger, you had the time, you had playtime, you stack up your dominoes, align it a certain way, and at a certain time, you had to put your toys away. So, Most High, he set it up as dominoes, and he's gonna plug down and watch it just fall. You know, and watch the beauty of it just falling and showing his power. Because the Most High is gonna show just how he gonna raise up a kingdom or empire to be great. He also could bring down and destroy it and be nothing. And the Most High is gonna. That's why scriptures say how Israel is a valley, and Israel is gonna become a great mountain. You know, and that's what the Most High is gonna do. He's gonna do it with his elect. He's gonna turn Israel, with the elect of Israel, like maneuver from being a valley into a great mountain through Yahweh Shah.
With America, right? Nobody could fuck with the American army. Nobody could fuck with the American armory. They can't deal with their missiles. But guess what? The Most High is better than America. The Most High is greater and more powerful than America can ever be.
He made America. Really?
Yeah.
You know?
So it says, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee, that my name might declare throughout all the earth. So the whole world is going to know who was the one that destroyed America, or had America destroyed, and who delivered the elect of the nation of Israel, who delivered his people. All right? And,
That's why that the name is important, you know.
Yeah.
The Most High, he's gonna do it for his namesake, and so that nobody could say, well, Allah did it, Buddha did it, or any Christian or different religion, gods of different religions have did it. The world's gonna know it was the God of the Bible, Yahweh.
And then you got people say, "Oh, we're gonna get the name in the kingdom." So wait a minute, hold on. So when America's destroyed and we out there enslaving everybody and the kingdom's being built up, at what point we gonna get the name? When the kingdom is being built up, the kingdom ain't really done yet.
That's right.
So that's when we gonna get the name. We gonna be sitting there. I wonder who the hell. I wonder what the God name is that got us doing this. Oh well, beat that Edomite over there. I mean, come on, man. Let me continue here. It says, Revelation 18:11, and the merchant of the earth shall weep and mourn over, for no man buy their merchandise anymore. See, that's the abundance of delicacies, the purchasing of their merchandise. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and of fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and fine wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors, ointments. Yeah, odors and ointments like perfumes and colognes that be coming from France. They be coming from Italy and all them other countries over there. And wine, like Hennessy. Where that come from? Italy?
Hennessy is cognac.
Where that come from?
They make that from the grapes. It
Well,
depends. It all depends.
You got
Actually, Hennessy itself, I don't know.
I don't know.
got German beers,
You got like
That's
vodka. You got like vodka.
Russia,
That's not from here.
tequila, Mexico.
All them different beverages that come from different countries that people
Yeah, like
drinking.
vodka, tequila, and all that shit.
Yeah.
That's all imported.
You know? And oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts. Yeah, beasts. They got zoos here.
Yeah.
You got no damn elephants in America.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's Africa.
What America got?
What America got?
Pigeons.
Bears. You got bears.
Bears,
You got
buffalo,
bears, moose, wolves, and mountain lions. That's all you really got.
buffalo.
And pigeons.
You got jaguars that come from South America. You got leopards that come from Africa. You got elephants that come from Africa. Hippopotamus that come from Africa.
Squirrels. And America got squirrels.
You know what I'm saying? Who goes to the damn zoo to see a squirrel?
Pigeons,
I can look out my window 5 times to see a damn squirrel. I'm not going to the zoo.
rabbits.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So that's when it says beast, that's too much. Lions. We forgot about lions.
Yep.
Tigers. Polar bears. No polar bears in America.
Yeah, penguins.
Penguins. All of those animals come from different countries. As a matter of fact, see, Johnson Hennessy Co., or more simply Hennessy, is a cognac house with headquarters in Cognac, France.
France.
As a matter of fact, I think there's an actual place in France called Champagne, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I think that's an actual place in France called Champagne. The Champagne wine region. It's a certain place in France that's goes by a certain name. But let's continue. It says in sheep and horses and chariots. Horses and chariots. Chariots, yeah, there's cars.
Yep.
Volkswagen.
Ferrari.
We hear about Lamborghinis and Bugattis and all of them. All them damn cars come from other countries.
Maximum.
Yeah, the best cars come from the different, foreign countries. Like the cars you see on the streets that's for sale, 9 out of 10, that's an American car. It might be a Ford or what else American car? The Jeep,
Dodge Ram.
the Dodge. You know what I'm saying? Like 9 out of 10, it'd be American car. Like them cars that last, like Nissan, Toyotas,
Maximum.
Hondas. Those all foreign. Or the most luxury cars might be a BMW. So on and so forth. But they're not American cars. Like nobody. I mean, when the J get money or whoever they get money, they're not looking for an American car. The first thing they go for is like a foreign car.
Mm-hmm.
You might be a few of them that might get like a like a Corvette, or whatever. But nobody really looking for no Corvette.
No.
Yeah, Champagne is an actual city in France, and as a matter of fact, only true champagne can be made in the Champagne region of France.
Mm.
So that's really where all real champagne actually comes from. If it don't come from there, it's basically a fake. Because it can only be made with certain distinct grapes. It says chariots and slaves and souls of men. Yeah, chariots and slaves. You got these damn Chinese motherfuckers in the underground and sweatshops making Jordans. You know what I'm saying? And the fruits of thy soul that soul lusted after are departed from thee. Yeah, different fruits that you eat, like papayas and all of that. That's your mean from me. How many people gonna find certain them rare fruits that's grown in China and grown in Mexico, growing here in America, man? You ain't gonna find that. And all things which are dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. You got something?
America be like empty.
We'll wrap it up.
Yeah, because America gonna be empty.
It be empty.
You read this last verse.
That's it.
In fact, we can just close it right now then.
Yeah, we can close it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So let 2019 be a destructive year. Like you say Happy New Year, but let 2019 be a bad year for the wicked.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, hey, you want to close it out?
Yeah.
All right, with that, we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.